Okay.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Wednesday team here. You have myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers. And below us, we have the fakest Rutgers fan on the planet, Hefe Picks. Hefe, how are you today, brother?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Just digesting a brand new mock draft that was released for the NFL draft that's happening 2 weeks from tomorrow, believe it or not. Wow.
Yep. I do apologize for a little bit of a delay, everyone. Hefe was nonstop reading up on a mock draft from a very uncredible source. I will not name the source, but that's why we are late, as Hefe was reading the entirety of this draft. Over to JD. Hefe, get off the draft. JD, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. We have a day full of baseball. I mean, literally, like, basically right after the show ends.
Isn't there a game starting now? There's like a 12, right? A 12:35.
Okay, yeah. We have baseball starting while the show is still going on.
Love that.
Literally throughout the entire day. So, yes, it's a great day.
It really is a great day. So quickly, let's talk about how we did yesterday. So we'll go over our recap. JD, I'm going to start with you. How did you do on the Tuesday slate?
Man, I actually feel like I've been coming on here and actually saying, it's kind of been an even day or actually like a little bit down day. Yesterday, I had almost a 10-unit day.
Let's go.
It feels good to be able to come on here and say, I'm off a really big day and looking to keep it going.
We absolutely love that. Let's keep it rolling. Let's give the people some more winners today, and let's keep the profits rolling in. Hefe, over to you. How was your day yesterday?
Baseball was good to us, man. Baseball's been good to us. The freaking Knicks broke my damn heart in absolute freaking pieces.
Yep.
Obliterated it, actually. I thought we had that game 17 times over again. And per usual, somehow self-inflicted wounds are the reason that we lose. Other than that, in baseball, we did great, man. Royals came through. Cubs came through. Who else came through? Diamondbacks came through for us. Red Sox did not. That was our only loss on the baseball diamond. Thought Garrett Crochet would have a better first start after getting paid all that.
As did I.
He obviously did not get that message.
Yeah.
Loving the MLB slate today. I really am. The mix of the early games, the getaway games, so to speak, and the night games today is a really good mix of teams. And yeah, so excited to get into it.
We have an awesome slate today. We also have another few things planned for the show today that we're very excited for. I think we are ready to bring Eitan on, so let's get him on stage. Eitan, welcome to the show. We appreciate you joining us today. How are you today, my friend?
I'm fantastic. It is a beautiful day. It's cold and miserable in Philadelphia. My youngest has some toothache. My wife has conveniently left the house for the day. My oldest is in some sort of program going on, some school thing today. So all I'm going to do is hold my child and bet all day. It's great. It's a beautiful day.
It's a good day to do that.
I can't do anything else.
Hey, we're not too far from you.
F.A.?
What up, my friend?
We are up in the New York area, so it's cold over here as well. It's definitely a day to stay in the house, bet on some baseball, and enjoy the slate. Absolutely. So Eitan's here to kind of help us explain a couple things. So before we jump into that, we're going to be explaining our new partnership with the Odds Shopper EV portfolio. That's why we have Eitan on to explain everything. He's going to do a fantastic job and does a significantly better job than I do at explaining all the great benefits that the Odds Shopper EV tool can provide to you. So Eitan, if you don't mind, we're going to give you the floor.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when you look at what we do, it's called a top-down market-based approach. And you need to, and I credit my guy John Hyslop for coining this, which is you need to leave your brain at home. Because as soon as you start to Get it. And look, plenty of people, let me preface this with the preface. Plenty of people do both. Plenty of people use the top-down market-based approach, the volume betting, the bankroll building, and they also originate plays. And they also come up with their own. Slop, a lot of us at Odd Shopper, you guys now, as you venture into the Odd Shopper partnership, are still going to originate a ton of plays for your folks. So it's not one or the other. And I think a lot of people, the biggest misconception is like, well, I have to do one or the other. It's not like that. You can clearly combine the two. The biggest thing is we're beating numbers. This is about betting prices. It's treating sports betting like a market. So we've got this super detailed algorithm, this computer upon computers with like 15 different people who are working on this thing at any given time. And what we're doing is, again, we've left our brain at home, guys, right? There's no predictive analysis. There's no last 10. There's no this guy's injured around him. None of that. That is all factored in to what the price of the ticket is probably at, especially if there's a lot of public action on something. But what we're doing is, and if you just click on that down arrow with Brandon Nimmo, it's probably the best way to describe this is we have identified that the true odds, and I always use this like, think of it, Price is Right, actual retail price, right? Except it's not a can of beans, it's a home run bet. The actual retail price of Brandon Nimmo hitting a home run should be $6.94. Meaning if you're getting a ticket, a price, anything less than $6.94, you're taking a bad number. Yeah, sure. If Nimmo hits, we all hit. You win a little less. If Nimmo loses, we all lose. What's the difference? I get it, but it's about stacking on plus money, and it's about losing less if you're laying juice. So what we've done is we've looked around the market, right, and say, oh, okay, well, there are a bunch of tickets like, think of this, FanDuel, Hard Rock. Look at Hard Rock, man. Hard Rock, you're getting plus 525 versus 880 over at No Vig. This is what we do in a nutshell. We have identified, wait, there is discrepancy. There is an issue. There is a hole in the market. Attack it. It could be because No Vig are a bunch of great people. It could be somebody's asleep at the wheel. I don't care. And I don't care if Brandon Nimmo's home run goes 750 feet or if it takes 3 bounces on the wall in order to go over before the left fielder can grab it. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of this. Reinvest your bankroll every night. Bet in volume. Try to get down at least 100 of these and just search and look. And you know, setting up a portfolio is easy. But that's really it, guys. Like, this should not be a difficult. You guys originating and spending an hour on an angle that you found, right? Like, that's the hard part. This is just let us do the work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we found a lot of success with this tool so far. As you said, you can definitely use your bankroll and find a lot of benefits on the platform. You can find where the best lines are. And as you said, what you guys do is find the best value and get the best payouts on a lot of different bets. And it's the #1 tool to find all that information. We're slowly learning how to optimize this in its best way because there's so much data in here, which is a great thing. Awesome. And it's definitely the best tool that we have seen on here. That's why we're so excited to partner with you guys and show our viewers the great tool.
Yeah, man, I think you look at a couple of things, right? We used to, when we first started this thing, before we added more and more and more books, what you found is a lot of people like overs, a lot of people like favorites, right? Yeah. So my son is like a huge fan of favorites and overs, as you can tell. But what happens is that leaves some shade on the market so you can catch the other side, and we would have a ton of unders. Well, what's happened as of recent is that we've seen things kind of even its way out, right? Like, we've seen things even its way out to where Absolutely. More people are starting to bet unders and more people are aware that you can take the dog in a straight up matchup or you know, you can take points, what have you. So that's where we are now, looking at this and seeing more overs pop, more home runs pop, more favorites pop. And the other part of it is betting exchanges, right? Like, every single person who is limited on a sports book should never, ever not be on a betting exchange, because Absolutely. If it's ProfitX, if it's No Vig, right? Like, I'm limited at a lot of books as a result of this method because that's just the nature of it. Absolutely. No Vig and ProfitX, they'll take my money. So that's another big part of why Odd Shopper's tools continue to branch out, is it's not just DraftKings, FanDuel, what have you. Now you can get on No Vig and ProfitX and beat those two.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And actually, like, what I was saying, I believe was on the Monday show, was like, yeah, like there's some days here that you're gonna have actually like literally like 100 bets, and actually like to some people, like I know that sounds crazy, but actually the more volume that you can get down with this, like there's a great thing. So yeah, like actually this is like Fresh Me is a totally separate thing. Like I have the plays, like you said, you know, that actually I make, and then I have this, and it's a completely separate thing. And actually, like I think that's the best way to actually like, use this.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And look, I mean, the beauty of betting 150 or 175, whatever it may be, bets a night is you're trusting the tool because you've set up a portfolio. So it's basically like AI, right? It's all about the portfolio is just a prompt, just bang right in there. And I think from there, you're looking at, all right, just trust the tools, push the button to get all your bets. You have a mass entry. So sometimes I get, 20 DraftKings bets in at a time. But my point is that I'm not now, it's better for my mental and physical health. I'm not physically sweating 175 bets. I've probably been stack corrected off OddsShopper a million times this year in the NBA, but I don't know. But I can pinpoint the 6 times I've been stack corrected on originated bets because those are mine. Those are my babies.
Absolutely.
Those are coming. You don't even need to worry about all the things that we sweat on the day-to-day with this because, JD, you're right. So much of this is just about volume, and you get around it that way.
Could not agree more. Could not agree more. And that's why we want to recommend to all of our viewers out there to get on. We do have a free day trial so you guys could test out the different features of the tool. And not everyone is able to offer the free trial. So make sure you guys take advantage of that and learn for yourself. Follow us. Every day we're going to talk about this a little bit more and a little bit more to help you guys understand even more about the tool and how much you can make money with the Portfolio EV on OddsShopper. So we're definitely going to continue showing this. And I want to see if anyone in the chat has any questions about what we kind of went over. So guys, if you have any questions, please put them in there. Any other information?
By the way, it is a baby, not a dog. I know at times you sounded like a dog, but Red Hot, you were right to ask that question.
Dad duties never end. Am I right?
It's insane because what happened is, and this is, I'm on calls today and everything, right? And I'm not just sitting there betting as much as I'd love to. And somebody on my team was like, why, like, where's your babysitter? Not in a negative way, but kind of laughing. She's got COVID. I'm not making light of this, but are people still getting this? Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's the thing. Like, I haven't come into, I don't leave the house. So I don't come into contact with anybody.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, I have COVID. So we're like, stay the hell home. Don't come over here. Don't come over here.
It's at this point, it's just a mutation of a flu. It's a flu variant. It's the same thing.
Okay.
There's no incubation period. There's no like, oh, are you asymptomatic? If you are sick, just like you've been many times in your life, then yeah, stay home. If you're not sick, there's no like, oh, you can't come around people for 3 to 5 days post symptoms. No, that's
got it. That's what I figured. And you're the man. You work in that industry, so you would know.
Sure do.
He knows a couple things about that. Absolutely.
It's happening right behind this door.
Letting out the secret out of the bag, Cafe. Everyone thought, you were in Harry Potter's closet. A lot of different, theories about where you have been. So we're letting everyone see the full scale.
I know it's very normal for all you guys in your home to have closets with fire plans on the door. Yes. So that's also what I do. Yeah.
Absolutely. JD, any other parts of the tool you would like to go over? Any other piece of information or Eitan, either with you?
Yeah, by the way, Joe nailed it. Like Joel McRae, Joe. This is what we're doing, right? Every single bet's a 50-50 prop unless you have an edge. Yep. Unless you can find, and now all of a sudden it's like, if you can find odds that pay you plus money, yet we're telling you the coin lands, like you're going to get plus 110 for heads, but we're telling you the coin lands on heads more than 50 times in 100 or 1,000, what have you, 50%. That's edge. That's exactly it, Joe.
100%. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to incorporate the edge we can find using the tool as well as going over our own daily bets as well. So like JD said, it's a second way to do additional betting. Do the same style you're already doing, but incorporate this into your betting structure because you will very quickly see how beneficial and how profitable it is to use a tool such as this. Absolutely.
the other thing too, you can look at it is if you are just from like a line shopping standpoint. So if you guys wanted to show the live odds page, most of this is free. There's a little bit of the edge that pops up that's, behind the paywall, what have you. But I think you can also just use it to shop and see, all right, I like Bryce Harper going long tonight. Let me make sure I'm getting the best number, something like that.
Absolutely. And that's the best way you can find it. Like you said earlier, find the biggest payout from all the different books you can utilize, and you can get that all in one stop on the Odds Shopper EV portfolio.
I love it, man.
Absolutely.
Dingers are starting to pop up, not just on the exchanges now.
Excellent. We love to see that. People love the homers, so we can see more. I know JD has it up on the screen here, so let's break this down.
Yeah, but actually, you have actually live odds here from like all of your major books, and then you can keep on going over here, and then you have your like No Action Vig and Profit X and everything here, and you can literally filter this, for every different sport and every different the point spread total, the first half. I mean, you can literally do everything, and it just tells you where the best line is, and that's what we preach. Is just making sure to actually line shop. So actually, this is a great tool to just like easily find those lines.
Absolutely.
So if you go real quick, if you go to league, you were just there, go to league and then go to MLB, and then you can go to player props, and then go to total home runs. Oh, come on. It's coming. It's coming.
There we go.
All right. So if you just scroll down, right? Like if you just keep scrolling, you'll see the stuff in the middle right there, the green, the red, right? We'll scroll till we see something green. But there you go. So there's an under. Nobody likes to bet an under home run play unless it's like in a 6-leg under parlay, but we're not.
Don't do that. Nobody do that.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But what's happening here is you're just going to scroll. Okay, there you go. So this is massive edge that you're getting for Griffin Conine. I still call the guy Jeff Conine. That's how old I am. But
love big Jeff Conine guy.
So you can look at this here and find the edge, right?
Your child, not so much. Not a big Jeff Conine.
Not a big Conine fan.
No.
He's fine when you all talk. As soon as I talk, he starts talking. But
he's joining the convo.
So that 18% is not there for paid or for free. You'll be able to see, Griffin Conine is the best option over on Novig, but the paid option shows you the edge, the actual 18% edge that you're getting there. So that's why we encourage you to say, yes, shop lines, make sure you're getting the best number, but also the paywall shows you specifically where the edge is. Again, plus 947. Those are the true odds. So clearly you're getting a better deal at 1135 than FanDuel, DraftKings. But what if the true odds were 1140? You'd still be getting the best deal at no vig, but you wouldn't be betting or beating the true odds, and that's really where your edge comes from.
I mean, absolutely. And actually, this one here is crazy because Caesars is plus 600, so you're getting almost twice
criminal. Right? That's criminal. You don't think they know that? You don't think they have books and algorithms and everything else that's working for them to know what the true odds of a bet should be?
Yep.
100%. 100% they do.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
There's another concept too. We talk about Oreos a lot. I'm a bigger guy, so I always try to use analogies with food, right? But the thing about Oreos is like if I were to sell you, I'm sorry, guys. Next time
you're totally fine.
He's not going to be here. I promise you this. But the thing about
what
Oreos,
do you mean? He's our favorite part.
Yeah, good. Yeah, better than me, honestly. Next time, you know what I'll do? I'll just put him on camera, and then I'll talk in the background.
Good.
There we go.
By the way, I'm sure his son has a wonderful name, but forever I'm calling him Jeff Conine.
Okay, just give me 1 sec.
You are good. You are good.
Well, let me tell you guys something.
Here's what you do. You look at numbers. A lot of times what's going to happen is under 7.5 is going to be a better price, or pardon me, under 6.5 is going to be better than under 7.5, or over 8.5 is going to be better than over 7.5. And what I'm saying here is that a lot of this is about the price.
Yes.
When you do this approach, right? So if I give you 2 Oreos and I say, here's a pack of 2 Oreos, and that's going to cost you 50 cents, right? And then I say, well, I'll give you a third Oreo. That's going to cost now for the 3-pack, it's going to cost $15. I would always rather have 3 Oreos than 2 Oreos, except if I'm paying $14.50 for 1 Oreo. Nobody in their right. We're not talking about a gold bar, even if that's a chocolate gold bar. It's still not worth the $14.50, right? I love that I can talk food with y'all because this makes it easy for me. That's it. Like, just trust the tool. Oh, well, I saw this at over 6.5, but there's a book that's offering over 5.5. Yeah, but you're probably paying a terrible number on the 5.5.
Yep.
That's the big thing about price.
Absolutely. Definitely agree with that.
And now he's quiet. Unbelievable.
Hey, you figured something out. Jeff Conine is ready to relax and has made his appearance on the show and has done all of that. JD, anything else you want to add on the tool that's been successful for you?
I think for right now, man, that is it.
I think what we can do, and again, I'm happy to bring my son on these as well. Yeah, exactly right. Joel, by the way, if my son is the favorite for you guys, Joe is my favorite in the chat because he is spot on right now with a lot of stuff. And that's it. It's going to kill your bankroll over time. And that's what you're trying to avoid, is just that bankroll massacre. But I think, as you guys continue to push it, mark down some questions, some things that you have. Guys in the chat, treat this. I'm happy to come on with you guys and do this and almost open it like if it's a Q&A, if it's an office hours for all of us collectively. Let's make it work, because there are going to be ups and downs. There's going to be variance. There's going to be amazing months. There's going to be a rough day. And I think a lot of it is just understanding the process. And I'm in Philly, so I pause and hesitate when I say this phrase, but you really do have to trust this process. It's been a proven one of this method, and we've really nailed it down, I think, at OddsShopper.
Absolutely. And yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions in the chat as well, send them over to us. We're going to figure all this out together, and we're all going to optimize using this tool the best way possible and continue cashing all of our bets. So like we've been saying all along, from previous shows to today, shoot us your messages, ask us your questions. We are here to help you guys in any way possible. So we are here for you. Let us know. If we don't know it, I think we found someone who does know where we can find it. So we will use our resources and get you guys all the answers that you need, so we can use the best tools out there for all of you guys.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think just getting to use these, building a portfolio. You can hit me up right at Shander Bets on Twitter and DM me. Hey, I was looking at what was going on. It was on there with the fellas. MoneyBall show sent me, right? Alpha sent me, whatever it may be. I got a question here. That's fine. I'll even help you build your first portfolio. In fact, we can do that next time live and walk through just building the portfolio. Happy to do this, man. We've got a lot of cool features. We're constantly updating and adding more. WNBA is right around the corner. We smoked that league last year. So things to think about.
Hell yeah, we love it. We want to thank you for coming on, breaking it down. I know our viewers are going to love this tool the more we get them incorporated with it, and we're very excited to dive in more ourselves too. So we appreciate you explaining it, breaking it down, and guys, like Eitan said, follow him at Shander Bets. You guys have any questions, he can help you. You can ask him, you can ask us. We're all in this together to try and help beat the books and win the most amount of money against the books here. So thank you so much for coming on and explaining to everyone what we can do for them.
Absolutely. I cannot believe that the last 4 minutes of this conversation have been quiet on my end. It's like he knows. He's 16 months and he knows that things are winding down. It's like he can hear you perfectly. He knows. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So you jinxed it. It's like a bet. You can't talk about it too early or you're going to jinx it, right?
It just flew out right in my face. All right. Anything you guys need, I love it, man. I love the fact that this is now a part of the day-to-day, so I'm here to help.
Awesome. We appreciate you, man. And we're definitely going to have you back on. We'll build that portfolio and we'll continue beating the books. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us.
Absolutely, fellas. See ya.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Tell Jeff I said what's up.
There we go. All right, boys. Well, now it's back to your regular scheduled programming. We had a couple questions in the chat during that time. I did not want to use up Aton's time because he was giving so much great information. We did have a question in here before we get into today's MLB. We have a question from Aiden. Does Aaron Rodgers go to the Steelers? Perfectly timed question for that, Aiden. You did make me laugh when I saw that coming through. We're all learning about the tool, and then is Rodgers going to the Steelers? I appreciate it. Thank you for the laugh. Yes. Yes, he doesn't want to retire. There's no other team that's going to take him right now. Rosters are pretty much, ready to go. So, in my opinion, I do think Aaron Rodgers will be the 2025 starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. JD, Hefe, what are your thoughts?
I would have to agree there. And yeah, there's actually not much to add.
Not much to add. Hefe, thoughts? Is Rodgers going to be a Steeler?
Yeah. What is it? Steeler or retire at this point?
And he's not going to retire.
Options.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's not going to Minnesota, in my opinion, and
they said no yesterday.
Even though I really don't know currently what the Browns' plans are, I don't think Rodgers is in their future either.
I would agree with you there. I don't think they could afford Rodgers either. They need it to be a very cheap option. I don't think they'd be able to work that out financially. All right, boys. Well, you guys know what we do on this show. It's about that time. We dive into our daily MLB, and the first game that we're going to be breaking down. Well, wait, first we got to transition. We got to do everything right here, guys. And the first game we're breaking down is going to be the Baltimore Orioles taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. As you guys know, the series is 1-1. The Orioles won the opening game of the series. The D-backs battled back and won game 2 last night. So we do have a big game here. They don't have the official pitchers listed for this game, which is odd considering the game. They just dropped. I take it back. We have Dean Kramer, who's going for the Orioles, who's 1-1 on the year with a 6.5 ERA. We have Brandon Pethat on the bump, which I know I pronounce his last name wrong every single time on this show. Somebody teach me how to say it because I clearly don't do it right. He's also 1-1 on the year with a 5.25 ERA. Both these pitchers have gotten hit hard. I seem to say this every single time we talk about a Dean Kramer start on the Orioles. He's a guy I do like to fade frequently because that dude loves to give up a ton of runs. JD, I'm going to start with you. What do you like in the Orioles D-backs game tonight?
Let's see here. Trying to get all my stuff up here now.
Get back into baseball mode, right?
I get that. Baseball mode here. Kramer. Man, his actually first 2 starts, he's been giving up a lot of contact, guys. I mean, a lot of contact.
Last couple of years. It's not just this year. Last couple of years he seems to do this.
True. In his first start, he gave up 5 hits and also allowed 5 earned runs.
Yep.
In his second start, he only allowed 2 earned runs, but he did give up 8 hits. So he was able to work around some of those jams. Today, he faces an actual D-backs team that we all know can hit the ball. And then on the other side, we have our guy, just like Alpha said, Brandon Pethat.
Something like that.
And so far this year, he's not really done so well either. Really, that started for him towards the end of actually last year. Because through most of the year last year, he actually really wasn't bad.
No.
But actually, then towards those actually last few starts of the year, I think it was last 5 or 6 starts or so, he was really giving up a lot of runs, a lot of hard contact, and that so far this year is it's actually kind of carried over here. He's actually given up 6 hits and actually both of his starts.
Yep.
He's given up 3 earned runs in one, 4 earned runs in the other. The first 2 games of actually this series, they have gone under. But today, I see this is a good situation for both of these lineups to get going.
Yep.
I am on the over 9 here.
I see it the exact same way you do. We actually just got the D-backs lineup. It was released 53 seconds ago. I just got the tweet from Fantasy Labs MLB. If you guys do not follow them, I highly recommend it. I have their alerts on, so anytime a lineup is released, I can immediately go look and see if, who I projected to be in there is going to be in there. So it's a good way to look at it. Looking at their lineup, it is exactly who you would think it is. Don't think that any of the big name guys are out of the lineup today. The one big thing that I noticed with the guys in the lineup against Dean Kramer in their career is Josh Naylor. He's batting almost 600 in his career off Dean Kramer. Not a huge sample size. He's only had 7 at bats, but he does have 4 hits off him. He may be someone I look for in maybe an RBI prop or a home run prop because he's had very good stats against Kramer in his career. And like I said, Kramer is a right-handed pitcher. Naylor is a lefty with some pop. I could definitely see Naylor getting a hold of a couple tonight, maybe 2 homers potentially. But JD, I see this game the exact same way you do. I'm on the over here. I do think we will see a lot of runs. Both these pitchers do pitch to a ton of contact and have gotten hit pretty hard. I know this series has stayed low for most of it so far, but this is the game that's going to go over. Both these guys have gotten hit pretty hard. I think the Orioles will be able to get some runs in this game as well. So my favorite play on this game by far is going to be the over 9. Hefe, what you got?
Gonna go with Diamondbacks here. I am not a big Orioles backer. Like what I saw Diamondbacks yesterday, bats play a little bit better than game 1. Like you guys have illustrated so well, both these pitchers are contact type hitters. I expect a lot of balls in play today. With the Diamondbacks just being a better base running team than the Orioles are, I expect them to come out on top.
You want to hear a crazy stat about this game? So Eugenio Suarez, he has 6 hits this year. Five of them are homers. So crazy stat I just saw while looking at the Suarez. This guy, if he's making contact, it's either an out or a homer right now, which is a crazy stat. He might also be a guy that I may target for a home run prop today because pitchers with contact and a guy who can only hit homers right now, he's batting 150 on the year but has 5 homers, which is just insane. So I definitely could see him being another player I would target in a home run prop. All right, boys, let's keep it moving. Second game of the day is an interesting one, at least in my opinion. We have the Phillies taking on the Fighting JDs. The Phillies come in at 7-3 on the year. They're 2-2 on the road, taking on a Braves team that is 2-8. They got a big win yesterday against these Phillies with the Phillies ace on the bump. That was a very interesting line. I know, JD, I texted you yesterday morning saying, what is up with your Braves line today? This makes no sense just by what the line is alone. The Braves are going to win this game. I know we talked about this. We were both right how we saw that game play out. That's exactly what did happen. You're our resident Braves specialist. And as our resident Braves specialist, you have to kick it off. What do you got in this game?
Yeah, as far as yesterday's game, yeah, that was a very interesting game. We actually did talk about that game, and actually one of the things that I brought up first was that this Braves team may be the best 1-8 team ever.
That's the exact text you sent me. Not maybe. Your exact text was the Braves are the best 1-8 team in MLB history.
Yeah. But yeah, yesterday's line, it was a funny line in this way because I played the Phillies actually first 5, and actually I won that. But I said I did like the Braves actually full game because after the first 5, as far as the Braves actually bullpen, definitely had an edge there. So that's like how that game just happened to actually play out there. As far as today's game, though, let me pull this back up here. Grant Holmes, if you just look at his stats currently,
really good.
Yeah, going really good. But he did face the actual Dodgers, and that was when the Dodgers was right in the midst of their opening run there and scoring a ton of runs on actually everybody. So I don't really, fault him actually too much there. Then on the other side, as far as actually Walker, his numbers do actually look really good. But as far as the Rockies, actually that's who he pitched against though. To me, Taijuan Walker, I am going to be looking to fade him. His actual numbers are not going to look like this. They are going to change quite a bit. All of that, I definitely lean the Braves away here. I have this priced at minus 129 though. So I think that's still right around where the market is. So I don't really see any like real edge here. I also lean over though. So I am personally not having any like plays here, but do lean Braves and do lean over.
Well, JD might not have a play, but lucky for everyone out there, because the big bad dog definitely has a play on this game, and I'm taking the Phillies here at a good price. Let me get the current updated line for you. Give me 1 second here. Plus 120. It's exactly what we're playing. I'm going to back the Phillies. I know Taijuan Walker is not a great pitcher. I'm going to be the first to admit that. But I also do not believe heavily in Grant Holmes. And I do think after yesterday's performance, the Phillies will get back on track. They have been the better team all year. They're 7-3 on the year, while the Braves are 8-2. I know, or 2-8. I apologize. I know the Braves have had some tough matchups. But at the end of the day, I really like this Phillies team. They came out of the year hot, and I think that will continue into today's game. So give me the Phillies on the money line at a plus 120. Hefe, what you got?
Sometimes the best play is no play.
You didn't give me a heads up. Wait. There we go. Boom. As Hefe always loves to say, sometimes the best play is no play. So let's keep it moving, fellas. Bit of a longer show today. We appreciate everyone for tuning in and hanging in. It was great of Aton to be here and break down everything with the Odd Shopper EV portfolio tool. More to come on that in future shows. But we're going to move on to our final breakdown of the day, gentlemen, and that's going to be the Minnesota Twins taking on the Kansas City Royals. Hefe, I have to talk with you about this one because there's a starting pitcher in this game that when you and I did a baseball show, I believe 3 years ago, he was an auto bet. You never faded this guy because he was money when you backed him. And we used to call it, and I know a lot of gamblers remember it, Happy Joe Ryan Day. It's not the same pitcher we had 2-3 years ago, in my opinion, but he's still getting priced like the old Joe Ryan. He is a guy over the last 2 years that I have enjoyed fading and has been very profitable for me. Joe Ryan is pitching for the Minnesota Twins today. He is 0-1 in the year with a 4.5 ERA. In 10 innings of work, he's allowed 10 hits. He has 11 strikeouts and has allowed 2 homers. On the other side for the Royals, they have Seth Lugo. Lugo's 1-0 with a 3.25 ERA on the season. In 11 innings, he's given up 9 hits, has 6 strikeouts, and has allowed 4 walks and 1 homer. Hefe, over to you. How do you feel about Joe Ryan this year? Is he a guy you still like to fade? I know you faded him a lot last year. Or are you backing the Twins in the spot to get their first win against the Royals in this series?
No, I can't even hate on Joe Ryan. He's not the reason that I'm rolling with Royals money line here. I'm down on the Twins as a team right now. Their team batting average is 201. That is not good.
You want to laugh? Who do you think their batting leader is this year? An average.
I know who it is. It's Harrison Bader. But yeah, exactly. It's a team that's just not playing good baseball. 1-4 in their last 5. Opposite side, Royals 4-1 in their last 5. It's weird because I could point to literally probably 2 other series that are in the exact same spot where I feel like one team's hot, one team's not. And it's early in the season where I'm just going to trust what I see right now rather than trends and stuff like that. And it's so hard to sweep a team. It sometimes takes a little minute for some teams to get going. Tonight's not going to be that day for the Twins. Give me the Royals money line.
Yeah, I'm on the Royals as well. This is my favorite bet that we're going to be going over the games today. By far is the Royals. This team at home, if everyone remembers last year, is a completely different beast at home. This year, they've started out 5-3 at home. They're starting to really get it rolling. And this Twins team has been really bad on the road. They are 3-8 in the year, and they only have 2 road wins in the year. They're 1-5 at home, 1-3 at home. They've played most of their road games this year, but like I said, they are 2-6 on the road. They have not had a good performance in road games this year. And just watching this team, they don't inspire me of anything that's a great baseball team. I mean, their pitching did well yesterday, and how did that pay out for them? They only scored 1 run. The ghost is back. Pardon. Must know that the Yankees are about to start.
That actually scared the crap out of me.
Hey, you think it scared the crap out of you? Imagine being 2 feet from it. But yes, I am all over the Royals in the spot. It is by far my favorite play of the games that we are covering. JD, close us out. What you got?
As far as the model goes here, it is screaming at me to bet the over. I have not done that yet because I thought the first 2 games of this series were actually going to be over games. It was saying that also. And those games finished 4-2 and then 2-1. If you remember last year during this show, during the baseball season, if I had a model play where I had it over a full run off, those plays did so well. Okay. Well, this is one of those spots. I have it. It is a little bit over a full run off, and I've not bet it yet. I should just because these plays have always done well. So I might get there today. There's definitely some other plays today that I just like a whole lot more. But yeah, so for me, it is saying it is actually a really strong play to bet the over here. Like I said, I just haven't been able to actually click on it yet.
Understand. So more to come from JD when you finally make up your mind and officially make up your decision. Where are they going to find this?
Yeah, if I actually do make a play on this game, I will drop it in the MoneyBall Metrics Discord.
Make sure you guys get in the MoneyBall Metrics Discord.
And then actually, one other thing I do want to bring up here. As far as actually film room report here, are the Dodgers going to stay asleep today or finally wake up? Yesterday, man, I thought that was a great spot for them, especially for their bats. I thought that they were going to score a bunch of runs, and that just did not happen. Today is the same way. It's everything to me says, hey, they should score a bunch of runs here. I'm actually going to take a day off of betting an actual Dodgers game. The Dodgers, if you would have asked me last week, it looked like the Dodgers were maybe not going to lose a game the entire season. And now it looks like they might be a 500 team. If you just look at their last few games here.
Not wrong.
So yeah, the Dodgers, I'm actually going to kind of chill on them here for actually a little bit.
Well, as always, JD, I have good news for you and our viewers out there. I know we're not covering the Dodgers game. I'm on the Dodgers -1.5. They're going to win by 8,000 runs today. There's no way their offense is going to get shut down for a third straight game. They're going to get swept by the Nationals, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I take it back. I did not take their -1.5. I parlayed them. I did parlay their money line. I played them with the Mets. That's a game we're not covering. I took the Mets on the money line and the Dodgers on the money line. And you can get that parlay currently at a +140. That's exactly what I took it at. Hefe, any thoughts on the Dodgers or even the Mets before we get into best bets?
No thoughts on the Dodgers. We can't lose every game against the Nationals. Nationals suck.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
That's my
great insight. Great insight. Thank you so much, Hefe. We're going to immediately dive right in to our best bets for today, Wednesday, April 9th. Hefe, I usually say, how many do you have? 1, 2, 5, 7. But I know how many you have today. Let everyone know your best bet.
I got one.
Do we want to go over a little something else first?
I was going to do that before we got on the show and recap, before we got off the show and recap Aton. Are we talking about the free trial?
No, we're talking about the Masters.
I completely forgot about that. Great call. We still do have one more thing we're going over. Great that we have JD.
What a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger to find out. My best
idea
bet.
What
Good luck.
Hefe's best bet's going to be. But we're going to get off to JD as we have a little Masters betting information. We all know the Masters starts tomorrow. Apparently I don't because I forgot, even though I've been talking about it all freaking day. We're going to go over some bets that we have for the Masters. JD, over to you. What do you got?
I can talk a little bit of everything as far as outrights, and I've
take them,
and I have some top 20 bets. I got a little bit of everything. First off, let's actually go with a couple of actually top 20 bets here. The first one that I placed was actually Patrick Reed finishing the top 20 at +200 odds.
Okay,
he has finished in the top 20. 4 out of the past 5 years. He just actually loves this course. He does really well. He's placed 10th, 8th, 4th, 12th, and then actually the 1 year that he did not place in the top 20, he placed 35th. Actually at those odds, I definitely really love that one.
There we go.
And actually then another one, Cam Smith to be in the top 20. I do like him at +185. He has actually played here 8 years. He has finished in the top 25 of those years. 2 of those years, one actually year he actually did place second, and then actually another year he actually did place third. So I definitely like him to be in the top 20 at +185. I also like him as a first round leader bet.
Okay.
For first round leader, I like him. I like Bryson. A little Spieth action maybe.
Wow, I like Spieth.
Yeah. So as far as actually first round leader, those are ones I'll literally play 8 or 9 guys.
Yeah,
because they're all such huge odds.
Yep, I put $10 on 5 to 10 different round leader guys, all at +2,000 or higher. If you hit, you're making some serious coinage.
Yeah. So definitely like those. But to win, let's start off with a long shot. And when I say long shot, I mean long shot. Like, this is a donation. Like, just
That's what everybody wants to hear.
Everyone wants to hear that, baby.
Just actually go ahead and know that. But here, actually, every year I have to do it. I have to play Dustin Johnson to win here. Got him 165-1.
There we go.
Odds here. I'm actually just a big actually DJ fan. You know, I actually met him a long time ago. In
Very cool.
In a certain type of club. Let's just say that.
Country club.
Yeah, the country club.
Love it.
But yeah, like, he's just a really, really good dude. A really fun guy.
Did you guys have some good food? Good sandwiches over there?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
I love a club sandwich.
For sure. But then, no, guys, as far as my actual outright, this is as square as it can possibly get.
No, you better not say who I think you're gonna say.
I got to, man. For actually my one guy that I'm actually putting a sizable wager on to win this is going to be Scotty Scheffler. I actually got that in at actually plus 525. You can get that at actually Bet Online still currently.
There we go.
We're actually, like, most shops have him in like the plus like 400 to something range. So definitely shop that around here. I do think that he can go back to back here. I really do. When he won this tournament the first time back in actually 2022, that was in my entire of all the betting sports, that is the biggest win that I've ever had when actually Scotty won that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very sizable wager on actually him there. And then still to this date, that is the largest win that I've ever had.
I love it.
So I don't know. That probably has something to kind of do with this also. He's just somebody that I'm literally going to always play here. Just because his game just suits this course so well. But yeah, guys, you know, I also do want to say that I do not cap golf actually like full actually time now.
All of us will say that for this show, by the way. All of us.
This is more for like fun for actually now.
Exactly.
I haven't actually kept golf full time for about 2 years now. It just takes a lot of time, and I just with everything else I do, I literally don't like have that time.
Yep.
I will say, as far as the MBM team, we actually do have an actual golf capper, and he's put out a ton of plays, every type of play that you can think of. Well, he has put out a 6-unit play. Okay. I am tailing him, and I am putting my actually max 5 units on this play. And I will tell y'all this, I have never done that. I have never just randomly tailed some other capper and actually put for myself, did it for an actual max play. And actually, I like Am here. I absolutely love this play. So we need to get everybody on that. But as a matter of fact, on our actual Twitter page, there is an actual promo code on there to actually get you 25% off. Yep. So make sure to take advantage there and definitely hop on this big play.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys get in, check it out, and make sure you guys already know you should get in the MoneyBall Metrics Discord. If you're not at least there in the free section, what are you doing? You come to the show every day. We expect to see you in the Discord. There's a free section if you just want to do that and come hang out with us. But also subscribe to the VIP because there's amazing picks in there like all these golf bangers. I'll quickly go over my Masters play. So I have to give a shout out to my guy, Danny Zaloom. He is my golf guy. He is one of the sharpest golf minds that I know, a good friend of mine. I was speaking to him this morning, going over what we were thinking about doing for the Masters and all of that. His top plays that I also really, really like are Shane Lowry at 45-1. Lowry's been playing some good golf. He's really good on this course. And another guy we both really like is Big Shot Bob Robert McIntyre at 60-1. Big Shot Bob has had some big tournaments. He plays very well in the big events, and we both do think he's going to have a big tournament here. So those are going to be my 2 long shots. My chalk play, who I think is going to win, who I'm probably going to have my largest bet on, is going to be Rory McIlroy. Rory's been hot. He's been playing some great golf. I do anticipate that to continue. And one more prop I have, which is not a long shot, but it's a fun prop, especially if you're probably in the age range that I am in. And it's Phil Mickelson to make the cut at -140. I do think he will be able to get there, and that's exactly what I'm playing. So Phil Mickelson is my other one that I'm taking in the early rounds. Hefe, what do you got?
I got 3. No, I got 4. Will Zalatoris, top 10 finish, +320. Other than the year that he had to withdraw, other than injury, he's never had a finish in the Masters outside of the top 10. Young golfer, kind of going under the radar, good player. Rory, top 5 at +130, and Colin Morikawa, top 5 at +280. These two guys are probably the hottest golfers right now, in my opinion. Rory's playing probably the best golf of his career, I want to say, going into this tournament, at least the most consistent. And Morikawa last year tied 3rd, and he's one of just the best ball hitters, just strikers in the sport. And people kind of forget he won 2 major championships already. The green jacket has eluded him. He has not done well on the greens in Augusta. Rory too, by the way. But with both of those golfers having the momentum that they have, I think they have a good chance of both being in the top 5. And as a winner, I am putting a little bit on Rory, but I'm going heavier on Morikawa at +1600. I see the path. I think this guy has the mindset. Like I said, he had a top 3 finish last year already, so you know that's on his mind.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm rolling with. So Rory and Morikawa top 5, Morikawa to win, Zalatoris top 10.
There we go. Those are the Masters picks. Make sure you guys check all of us out. I'm sure we'll all have more Masters picks. So make sure you get in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. Tons of winners will be in there, especially for this weekend's Masters. Take advantage of that. All right, boys. The cliffhanger is over. We're going back to Hefe for his best bet of the day.
Thank God, because I think my first pitch is in about 13 minutes already. So Mets money line and Cubs money line. Parlay +135 odds, guys. Mets have been crushing the Marlins. I think that continues today with McGill on the mound. He's 2-0 with a sub-1 ERA. Speaking of being 2-0 with a sub-1 ERA, that's exactly what Amanga has for the Cubs as he's going against the Rangers. So I'm basically taking 2 teams that are pretty hot in my opinion, and facing teams that are just not. I think the Cubs have also scored 17 runs in their first 2 games of the series versus the Rangers. And yesterday was actually, did you know Patrick Gordon was a Texas Ranger? I didn't.
I did, and I faded the crap out of him to the Cubs team total over 4.5.
I found that out yesterday as I was looking at them. So those are my 2. Those are Cubs and the Mets on the money line +135 odds. I thought about the Yankees, but they're the opposite here. They've lost the first 2 out of this series. It is Max Fried versus Jack Flaherty today, but I do not like how the Yankees' bats have looked in Detroit. And I think the fact that it's being thrown off that all 3 of these games have been day games because of how cold it is in Detroit at night, which let me not even get started about this ridiculous situation about just build the dome at this point, dude. What are we doing? Yeah. But regardless, I think that kind of threw them off. But Fried's better than Flaherty, and the Yankees are familiar with Flaherty. Duh. So I want to say the Yankees win this game, but it's not a best bet.
It's not a best bet for me. We didn't cover the game, but I am on the Yankees money line. First pitch is in 10 minutes, so there you go, everyone. I think I've given you like all my VIP plays scattered around the show today, so I hope you guys have been listening. My official best bet for the show, I only have one, is going to be the Phillies on the money line at +120. Hefe, what were we going to say? We saw.
I was going to say one game that we haven't talked about in the sport that we haven't talked about. Lakers visiting Mavs tonight. Luka's return. I don't think we're ever going to see a return where like the home crowd turns against the home team in a way. I don't think we're ever going to see it. I don't know if you guys saw all over social media the shirts that they're giving out in Dallas, but Luka's from Slovenia, and they have shirts that in Slovenian say, "Thank you very much. Thank you for your service," or "Thank you very much." Like it's going to be a love fest for Luka and an absolute boo fest for the Mavs at home. I think Luka goes bonkers tonight. The Lakers are -3.5, but more than that, I would be looking for Luka's points, or he's going to take 50 shots. I legitimately think so.
I think so as well. JD, best bets?
Yeah, best bet today. Going to go back to that Orioles and Diamondbacks game, playing that over 9.
All right.
Then also another random one. It's not actually really a best bet, but this actually comment here, dude. Phil is still playing golf. Yes, Phil is still playing golf, and you can get him to be the top senior here. You do have to lay some juice. It's actually minus 160, which probably sounds like a lot for like golf for here. But if you just take a look at actually who who the seniors are in this field, you can see he is clearly playing actually better than like all of them by far.
Yeah.
So yes, Phil is still playing, and he's still playing pretty decent.
Hey, I gave out a Phil bet in my Masters props. Phil to make the cut, minus 140. So
I saw something, speaking of the weatherman up there, that I wanted to mention. You know that the Athletics in their 5 home games in their new minor league stadium in Sacramento, all 5 games have hit the over? Think you should be looking at the weather on that one. A's, Padres playing today in that minor league stadium.
I'm also on the Padres, everybody, on my VIP card.
Over under 10.5. Isn't that crazy?
I am on the over in that game, but I actually gave that out at 9, though. So
wow, good CLV for you.
Never ever question the weather, man.
Absolutely. JD finished the best bet, or was that all the best bets? Did you finish them? What do you got?
Oh, there's that, man.
All right, well, get your phones out, take your screenshots. You can see all of our best bets here. I'm on the Phillies, JD's on the Orioles, D-backs over 9, and Hefe Picks is on the parlay of the Mets and the Cubs. Gentlemen, it's been a long, fun show. Thank you so much for Eitan again for joining us to go over the over the portfolio EV for Odd Shopper. I beat myself to it. Link will be posted for a free 7-day trial. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. It's a fantastic tool. Hefe, any parting words before we get the hell out of here and watch the Yankees in 7 minutes?
Enjoy the day. Par 3 contest today for the Masters. Remember, nobody who's ever won the Par 3 contest has ever won the tournament. So
it started like an hour ago, right? Noon on ESPN.
How is it 1 o'clock already? That's insane. We gotta go. Bye.
JD, do the thing.
Yeah, guys. Today, 5 o'clock, we have another show. It's going to be a big basketball show. Tonight, there's a lot going on. So definitely make sure to tune in there. But as we always do, let's close it out. Everybody.
Oh, my God. Nuggets. New head coach. You know what that means.
Yes.
If you know. If you know,
yes.
you know.
If you know, you know. We're going to be going all over that.
If you know, you know.
But everybody, let's have a great day and let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. We'll see you on Friday or some day that ends in a Y. We'll be back. Everyone have a great day.